Home sweet home is what we're going to learn about today. What are the homes like in Pakistan? Are they like the homes that you and I grew up with indoor plumbing and kitchens and dishwashers and refrigerators and all of these things that I know that I take advantage of? All right. So, there's a big difference between rural houses and urban houses. We'll start with rural houses today. Rural houses, often you'll find mud homes. That's what they have available is mud. It's cheap, it's there, they're able to use it. It also keeps them cool during the hot summer in Pakistan. It's also really easy to work with. They like to put designs into it. Found that very interesting, that they have a lot of designs, just like in their clothing and a lot of other things that we see in Pakistan, their cars. It's also very cheap. It's just earth and water. It's there. Um, so that's why they use mud. Also, homes date back to the early civilizations. It's something that they've used for a long time. Here's a picture of a couple of things that you can look at, some different mud homes. Even though we're talking about mud homes, they can differ a lot. I love the one in the top left corner with the very pretty bright colored flowers. To me, that's what I think of when I think of the Middle East, some is very pretty ornate decorations, in their clothing and also in their houses. I didn't know that. Um, as well as in the bottom right, you see that comb shape. Thought that was very interesting, the comb that they use. In the top right hand corner, you'll see straw that they use. Oh my goodness, what happens when it rains? I know I take for granted the roof over my head. That's awesome. What other houses would you see in rural Pakistan? You might find a mixture of mud and brick. Brick is very expensive, to find there, and really hard to come by in some parts of Pakistan. Some people do have it. There's also, sadly, settlements that are just made out of whatever material is there. They call it squatter settlements, which is really sad to me. It's all these just pieces of things that they have. They use whatever materials is available to build a home. There's also tents are also used as homes. Some people, especially in horticulture, they farm animals. They move a lot, and so they use tents. They don't have established home. Here's a picture of a couple different things. Here's some bricks that are being made out of what looks like dirt in a squatter home and things I thought you can take a look at. What would be inside one of these rural homes that are made out of mud or whatever they can find, or a tent? Is there a kitchen? Well, what they would use to cook on is a wood stoves is what is often used, both inside and outside the home. On the right, you can see two different kinds of wood stoves that they would use to cook in. Is there plumbing? Where do they go to the bathroom? No, that there is no indoor plumbing, no toilets, and no water. Electricity is also not a common thing in rural areas. It's just something they can't afford and they don't have access to in some of these areas. Um, there's also a lot of culture differences that are associated with their housing. Often there's up to 3 generations of family members living in one home. I can't imagine that. That's a lot of people in a little area. Might also find tall walls outside the homes to kind of serve as privacy for them and their family. Urban homes is a lot like what you would see in America or even in Rexburg. Lots of apartments with lots of amenities. I saw even pictures of pools and gyms, and they're located right in the middle of social life and malls and restaurants. Now they do have electricity, but they have frequent power outages. I don't know about you, but in the winters here, I get pretty upset when there's a power outage. Ugh, would not like that one too much. The water supply there and the sewer systems are inadequate. Many residents have to share community water, even community bathrooms. Can't imagine that one either. So blessed here in America. Kitchens looks very similar to what we see, a little less modern, but a stove, counter space, probably not a dishwasher. You have to be lucky for that one. We're pretty well off. One generation usually lives in an apartment. That's all that there is room for. And so that's starting to change from multi-generations to just one living in an apartment. So there you go. There's my presentation. This was by Lauren Barrick. Thank you.